Today, we're talking about this important topic. For to everyone who has, more will be given. This comes from Jesus' parable of the talents, a story about stewardship, responsibility, and faithfulness. Jesus used parables to convey deep spiritual truths that still apply today. Matthew 25, verse 29. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who has not, even what he has will be taken away. We will explore the biblical principles of increase, overcoming fear, and actively walking in faith, and be talking about what this principle means for Christians in today's world. How does it impact our faith, personal growth, and daily actions? Part 1. The Principle of Abundance, Lack. Understanding the spiritual law of increase. God operates on the principle of stewardship and multiplication. For example, the parable of the talents, Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30, the faithful were given more, while the fearful lost even what they had. Jesus' words, faithfulness in small things leads to greater responsibility, Luke 16, verse 10. Faith and action lead to increase. Faith is not passive, it requires movement, James 2, verse 17, faith without works is dead. Small acts of obedience open the door for greater blessings. Trusting God and acting in faith is seen in Proverbs 3 verse 5 to 6, which says, Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. Personal testimonies of people who stepped out in faith and saw increase are, David's faith is shown by how he evaded Saul's attempts to kill him when he was young and was to be appointed as king of Israel. Simon Peter, his faith is shown by his courage to walk toward Jesus on the water in the middle of a storm. What happens when we refuse to act? The danger of fear, hesitation, and indecision. In the Bible, the prominent example of the danger of fear, hesitation, and indecision is the story of the Israelites at the Red Sea. When faced with the Egyptian army, the Israelites initially panicked and doubted God's ability to deliver them, showing the paralyzing effect of fear in the face of adversity. Exodus 14. Gideon's request for signs. Though God called him to lead Israel against the Midianites, Gideon repeatedly asked for signs to confirm his calling, illustrating the struggle with doubt and hesitation before taking action. Judges 6. The disciples in the storm. When caught in a violent storm on the Sea of Galilee, the disciples were initially terrified and questioned Jesus' power, demonstrating how fear can cloud judgment. Mark 4, verse 35 to 41. The dangers of fear and indecision in the Bible. Loss of opportunity. Fear and indecision can prevent individuals from taking necessary actions, potentially missing out on God's blessings and plans. The servant who hid his talent lost everything. Read Matthew 25, verse 14 to 30. Fear leads to lack, but action leads to growth. Modern-day applications. Hesitating to share the gospel, missing opportunities to serve, waiting for the perfect moment instead of stepping out. 2. Action begets action, taking the first step. Why taking action is key. Movement creates momentum. A small step leads to a bigger step. Example, Peter walking on water, Matthew 14, verse 28 to 31. Wow, he had to step out before the miracle happened. Faith grows through use. The more we step out, the more we receive. Overcoming fear and doubt. Fear is the biggest enemy of action, 1 Timothy 1 verse 7. God has not given us a spirit of fear. Biblical example. Moses at the Red Sea, he had to stretch out his staff before the waters parted. Trusting God's provision, even when we don't see the full picture. Practical steps for taking action. Step 1. Listen to God's voice, spend time in prayer and the Word. Step 2. Identify areas of stagnation. Where have you been hesitant? Step 3. Make a commitment. Take one step today, no matter how small. Step 4. Stay consistent. Small, daily acts of faith lead to big results. Step 5. Trust the process. Results don't always come immediately, but persistence leads to breakthrough. 3. The biblical reward of faithfulness. God rewards those who act in faith. Hebrews 11, verse 6. Without faith, it is impossible to please God. The parable of the talents shows that God entrusts more to those who are faithful. Example: Joseph's journey from slavery to leadership, each stage required action, and he was rewarded greatly. Multiplication and favor. Luke 6 verse 38. Give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. Those who sow generously reap generously. 1 Corinthians 9 verse 6. Faithfulness in small things leads to greater opportunity. Living with an abundance mindset. A scarcity mindset keeps us trapped in fear, but a faith-filled mindset unlocks God's provision, choosing to see possibilities rather than limitations. Trusting God to supply all our needs. Philippians 4 verse 19. In conclusion, those who take action in faith will receive more. Fear and hesitation can cause stagnation and loss. Action begets action. Small steps lead to big breakthroughs. God rewards faithfulness with increase and new opportunity. Reflection: what is one area where you need to take action? Pray. Ask God for courage and wisdom. Ask God to give strength and faith to walk boldly in His promises. Act. Make a move today, whether it's stepping out in faith, starting a project, or trusting God in a difficult situation. If this video encouraged you, like, share, and subscribe for more Christian teachings. This is Kingdom Pattern,